See, this is the banking system in India. We have the Reserve Bank of India at the top. Then we have the scheduled and non-scheduled banks. What do you mean by scheduled banks? See, the RBI has published a schedule in which there are a specific set of banks which are registered. Those are called scheduled banks. And any bank which is not registered, recorded in that schedule is called a non-scheduled bank. Okay. So again, under scheduled banks we have further classification as commercial banks and cooperative banks. So under commercial banks we have private sector, public sector, regional, rural and foreign banks. And under cooperative we have urban and state cooperative. Okay. So this is the banking system in India. Let us move ahead now. We'll try to understand what are the types of deposits or what are the types of bank accounts. So we understood few minutes back that many of you have your bank account. So can I ask you what is the difference between a saving account and a current account?
Yeah.
Saving account is done by individual and current account is done by an organization or an.
Correct. As said by Shubham, it is correct. Saving account is normally opened by an individual person in a bank account, and current account is normally meant for a business and sole proprietor kind of business where company, cooperative society normally opens a current account. Okay. The other two types are fixed deposit account and recurring deposit account. Okay. Let us move on to the various types of banking services. What are the types of services a bank provides? Let us see. Under individual banking, it provides a saving account, debit card, credit card and insurance. So whenever as individual you have a bank account, you'll get these facilities: debit card, credit card, saving account facilities and insurance. You can even buy insurance through a bank. Okay. Now under business banking, what are the facilities which we get? Business loan, then merchant services, checking accounts and cash management. So
Action.
friends, we are discussing the various types of banking services. We understood that under individual banking you get a variety of services. Under business banking we have business loan, merchant banking services, checking of accounts and cash management. Basically you can keep your cash with the bank and efficient cash management can be done by a bank. It also provides you cash credit facility and regular supply of short-term funds. Okay. Under digital banking, we have e-statement, online bill pay and text alert. So nowadays banking has gone online. Whenever you use your ATM card anywhere at a shopping center, you swipe your card, you get a message from a bank, right? SMS alert. Whenever you use your card at an ATM center to withdraw cash, you receive a message for it. So that is what we call digital banking. You receive e-statements on your email, right? So that is e-statement or e-banking, what we call. And finally, bank provides your service of loan. Okay, personal loan as well as home loan, business loan, various types of loans a bank provides. Okay, so these are the 4 types of banking services. Moving on to the next part of it, now we will be discussing about the back office operations of a bank. Okay, so under back office operations, what happens? You have administrative functions, bookkeeping, payment orders, operational control and reporting. So the activities of a bank can be divided into 2 categories: front office and back office. So let us discuss front office first. So under front office we have investment banking, market making, and basically under investment banking A bank advises mergers and acquisitions, fundraising activities, provision of loans, providing business loans is what a bank does. Okay. And under market making, what does a bank do? Sales, trading, research and structure. Okay. So bank is interested to grow its business. So it approaches new customers day by day. So this is what we call a market make. Okay. Under middle office, what does a bank do? Risk control, negotiations, verifications, portfolio management, etc. So a bank is like a financial planner for an individual or a company. So it studies the market, controls the risk and manages your portfolio, advises you to invest basically. And under back office, the entire documentation or record keeping is done in a bank. Okay. So these are the types of activities, or these are the types of operations undertaken by a bank. So I am going to give you an assignment at the end of this lecture. We are going to write an assignment. The topic is retail versus wholesale banking. So all the students, you are requested to write an assignment on this topic, and in the next lecture I will be checking your assignments and I will be providing you feedback, quality feedback about what type of things are expected in your particular assignments. So this brings us to the end of this lecture. Can we have some questions from the audience, please?
Sir, what is e-banking?
E-banking. Okay, Rajan, your question is what is e-banking, right? So e-banking is basically electronic banking. Nowadays, what has happened, banking has gone electronic. Previously, you used to have your physical bank accounts. People used to visit a bank, get those transactions done. Now you can do those transactions online through your bank account app or internet banking, online purchase and sell. Even online cash can be deposited from one account to another, NEFT, RTGS. These are the features of e-banking.
Sir, I want to ask what is core banking services?
Yes, Arpita, your question is what is core banking system in accountancy? So basically, core banking is a uniform system set up by a bank in all of its branches, where you can actually record your transactions, or you can conduct your transactions at any branch. For example, I am a person who is having an account in a Pune branch of Bank of Maharashtra, and I have visited Mumbai now, so I can go to any branch of Bank of Maharashtra in Mumbai and check my account details, or I can deposit cash in my account. So Bank of Maharashtra has set up a core banking system all over its branches, and that is what we call core banking system.
Sir, can you please tell me the difference between credit cards and debit cards?
Yes, Shailendra, I appreciate your question. See, debit card is something which you get as an additional service for your saving bank account. Okay, what do you do with the debit card? You have funds in your account and you utilize those funds. You can withdraw cash, you can use the card at any shopping establishment. You can spend money through it. And with reference to credit card is a loan given by a bank to you. It's a card which can be utilized, money can be spent on it, but that amount will be treated as a loan taken by the person from the bank. And in case of credit card, you don't have a bank account, you have an account number which is a loan account number. So these are the basic features of debit card and credit card. Okay friends, we had a wonderful session today in which we understood what is a bank. We also understood what are the functions of a bank. We understood the entire banking system in India. Okay, how does it function? Who regulates banks? We understood the role of Reserve Bank of India, and then I gave you an assignment which has to be done by you, and at the end we had some question answers and interaction. Okay, so overall it was a fantastic lecture from my perception, and you have always been a supportive and receptive audience. So I appreciate your participation. We are going to take this moment, this movement of, creating an awareness in finance in the forthcoming videos. So I appreciate your cooperation and patient listening. See you in the next video. Thank you, friends.